entertainment bullseye every week with their hard riding. Straight shooting. And suspense.
We got a lot of trail ahead of us, Walt. We better get going.
Be with you in a minute, Jim. Now, honey, stop worrying. If the weather keeps up like this, I'll be back within 4 days.
I'm sorry, Walt. It's just that you're carrying so much gold this trip.
And it's my job to see that it gets through all right. That's what they pay me for, honey.
You should be getting twice the money. You're worth it.
Somehow the company just isn't as fond of me, Ellen. I guess that's why I married you instead of the stage line. And now you be sure and take good care of your mother while I'm gone, Tommy. You're the man of the house, you know.
I'll see to things, Dad. You won't forget us while I'm gone, will you?
I'd never do that, son, no matter how long I was gone. Hey, boy, your hair's all mussed up.
Tommy, how many times have I told you to comb your hair when you come into town?
Ah, you two are always doing that.
Be careful, Walt.
Real careful. See you soon.
I'll keep him out of trouble, Mrs. Bronson.
Thanks, Jim.
Better slow her up a bit, Jim. The trail's pretty rough up ahead.
Right, Walt.
No mistakes now, Billy. Just like I told you.
Don't you think we ought to keep our face covered?
No need. There ain't gonna be nobody to identify us. Here she comes.
Billy Dixon.
With this?
Let's load up.
Give me a lift into town?
Diablo? Sure, that's where I'm headed right now. Come on, jump in. Holy Toledo!
Lofty, look.
Annie Oakley! I found him outside of town, just walking. We gotta help him. As soon as he got in the buckboard, he passed out.
We'd better get him to a doctor, Lofty. How is he, Dr. Harry?
He's suffering from shock and fatigue mostly. His gunshot wound is slight. He'll be on his feet in a day or two.
Did he tell you what happened?
No, but whatever it was, it happened 2 or 3 days ago. You know who he is?
No, I'd never seen him before. He wasn't carrying any identification.
Were you able to talk to him?
Yes, but he doesn't know who he is, Annie. He's got amnesia.
Gosh, you mean he can't remember anything?
Not a thing, Tagg. His name, where he lives, where he came from, not a thing.
Could we have a talk with him?
Not now, Lofty. I gave him a sedative. He needs rest.
Well, maybe we speak to him in the morning.
Yes,
You mean you're gonna let him stay here overnight?
certainly. Why not?
Well, I don't know, Doc. Stranger, none of us knows. With a head wound, you can't be sure what he'll do.
There is only one thing I'm sure of, Lofty.
What's that?
He's my patient.
$1,000 reward. The Arizona kid, dead or alive. Morning, Lofty.
Hi. You taking over?
Well, seeing as Uncle Luke's out of town, I figure somebody good ought to be on the job.
One more crack like that, and I'll throw you out right in your ear.
Go on, I got work to do.
Morning, Lofty.
Morning, Annie.
Ready to go to Dr. Herrick's?
Anytime. I was just looking over these new wanted posters.
I'm ready. Let's go.
No, you don't, young man. You go right in there and make up your bed.
Oh, I guess I kind of forgot.
I guess you did.
Hey, Annie,
What's wrong, Lofty?
take a look at this.
Wanted for robbery and murder. Walt Bronson?
Looks like our stranger might be trying to forget who he is.
I guess he could have been faking, Lofty.
Well, let's not guess. Let's go find out. That's your picture, mister. It says robbery and murder. How about it?
I don't know. Believe me, I don't know.
Can't you remember anything?
Oh, I remember walking, meeting the boy on the buckboard. And then...
Then you were brought here. Now try to think back to where you started walking.
I can't.
We can get the answers in Saddle Hill, Annie. That's where this poster says he's from.
I guess we'll have to, Lofty. Can you ride yet, Dr. Herrick?
You can do it now if you take it easy. Better give him till tomorrow.
Don't move, Annie.
Walt! What are you doing?
Getting out of here.
Then you were faking.
No, miss, I sure wasn't. But I'm not going to be railroaded into a noose.
If you're innocent, Walt, you'll be treated fairly.
And if not, I hang. Without knowing whether I was guilty or not. The answers are in Saddle Hill. You afraid to find out? Would you be?
I know one thing we're going to find out, Walt.
Yeah?
If you're a killer, you're going to have to prove it right now.
Annie.
Let me handle this, Lofty. Please.
Okay, mine, miss.
Let me have the gun, Walt. I knew I wasn't wrong. Take care of him, Lofty. We leave for Saddle Hill in the morning.
Hey, Sheriff, you better get out here quick. Walt Bronson's come back.
caught him, eh, Deputy?
Yeah, we ought to string him up.
Lofty, get the sheriff.
I'm the sheriff.
I'm Deputy Craig from Diablo.
How do?
This is Annie Oakley.
Miss Oakley?
Hello.
Walt!
Dad, what happened? Where you been?
We've been worried sick.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Walt, what is it? What's wrong, Dad? Mom?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Bronson, but he doesn't know you. He's got amnesia.
Oh, Walt.
You trying to say he doesn't know his own family?
Exactly.
Maybe he don't remember killing Jim Hanna and robbing the stage either.
Settle down, mister. Just listen.
He's been under a doctor's care. We found him out near Diablo, wounded and suffering from shock and fatigue.
How did it happen?
Well, that's what we came to Saddle Hill to find out, but he still doesn't seem to remember anything.
It sounds like a phony alibi to me.
Sheriff, can we go inside your office?
Good idea. All right, you folks. I'll handle this. Go on about your business. Go along now. But you, get inside.
Mom, what's the matter with Dad?
He's sick, Tommy. Very sick.
But he's not a murderer, is he? Those things they're saying, they're not true, are they?
No, Tommy. They're not true.
And the doctor said that maybe back here in familiar surroundings, Walt's memory might return.
What could be more familiar to a man than his own wife and child?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Bronson, but there's every reason to believe that with time and patience, Walt's memory will come back.
Walt. I'm Helen. Your wife. Please try to think. This is Tommy. He's your son.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just can't remember.
Oh, Walt.
If he does get his memory back, he's liable to recollect himself right into a noose.
Hey, you boys hear the news?
What news is that, mister?
Walt Bronson's back. He's over in the jail right now.
Couldn't be
He
he.
got amnesia, he has. Claims he can't remember a thing. What do you think of that?
I think it's just fine.
Fine. I told you we should have gone back and made sure he was dead.
You hear what the man said? Bronson can't remember a thing.
Yeah? Well, we're gonna make sure he never does.
Lost memory or not, Bronson's still gonna have to stand trial.
Well, as long as Walt can't remember anything, Sheriff, we'll never find out what happened to that stage.
That's for the circuit court to decide, miss. A lot of evidence piled up against Walt. Jim killed, money gone, Walt with it.
Then where's the money, Sheriff?
And who shot Walt?
Those questions need answering, all right.
When does the circuit court open?
Wednesday. That's 3 days.
Sheriff, give us those 3 days to find the answers. We'll keep Walt in our custody at his own house.
I don't know.
Please, Sheriff.
Well, if Bronson escapes, Deputy, it's your responsibility.
I'll take it.
I'm not going to run. Believe me.
You'll be all right, Dad. We'll take care of you. Me and Mom. You'll see.
Thanks, Tommy.
Come on, Walt. We'll take you home in the buckboard.
Thanks, Sheriff.
The buckboard's just across the street. You can follow us out.
All right, Mrs. Bronson. Over there, Lofty. Is anyone hurt?
We're all right, Miss Oakley.
Well, does that prove anything to you, Sheriff?
What do you mean?
That somebody wants Walt out of the way.
That still don't prove Bronson's not guilty.
Well, that sure proves something to me.
What's that?
That Walt must have seen the men who shot him. And if they try to get rid of him once, they'll try it again before he remembers what happened on that stage trail.
a killer. Your pa's a killer.
He is not.
How's it feel to have a pa that's a murderer? Huh? How's it feel?
Stop it.
Pretending to forget who he is. What's it like when your pa don't lay claim to you? Huh, Tommy?
Tommy, stop it. Get up here. What are you two boys fighting about?
He started it. He hit me just because I told the truth. Said his pa was a killer.
You live around here?
Yeah, right down the road.
Well, then you'd better get on home.
Maybe you ought to leave too, Tommy. If your pa don't even know his own family, how do you know this is your ranch?
Don't pay any attention to what he said, Tommy. None of it's true, and you know it.
It's not that, Miss Oakley. It's just that Dad doesn't even know me. He looked at me like he'd never seen me before.
I know it's hard for you to understand anything like this.
He said he'd never forget me.
Oh, he hasn't forgotten you, Tommy. Not really. Look, haven't you ever been sick before?
I had a broken leg a couple of years ago.
Well, then this ought to be easy for you to understand.
What do you mean?
Well, when your leg was broken, you couldn't walk, could you? Your leg was in a cast.
Yeah.
And when you hit the cast, you couldn't feel anything. It was just like it wasn't even a part of you.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you see, Tommy? The same thing can happen to a person's mind. And in your father's case, it was his mind that was sick. And just like your leg, it takes time for it to heal before it becomes a useful part of him again.
Will it take long? Will he be better soon?
That's hard to say, Tommy. Let's hope so.
But what about the real killers? What if he can't find them? Nobody will believe Dad. If he can't tell what happened, they'll think he's guilty.
We'll find the men who robbed the stage, Tommy, if our plan works. I promise. Come on, let's go see how good an actor Lofty was.
How's the patient behaving, Mrs. Bronson?
Oh, just fine, Deputy Craig. I just made Walt some buckwheat cakes. His favorite meal.
It's hard to imagine a man can forget cooking like that.
Tommy, what happened to you?
It's all right, Mrs. Bronson. Tommy just had to get a few things straightened out. How'd things go in town, Lofty?
Well, as far as I can tell, fine, Annie. I talked it up just the way you suggested. How we're going to take Walt back over the stage route in an attempt to get his memory back.
Did anyone seem suspicious?
Now, when I said a medical specialist thought it would be the best way to cure him.
Well, we'll wait one more day. Give word of this chance to get around, because we want to make sure our killers snap at the bait.
Won't it be dangerous, Miss Oakley? Deliberately exposing Walt to attack?
We'll be watching every minute, Mrs. Bronson. Nothing will go wrong.
Well, I made arrangements for a stage for the company Walt worked for.
Any trouble?
No, Walt. They're as anxious to solve this thing as we are. They got a lot of gold at stake.
I hope everything turns out all right.
We all do, Mrs. Bronson. And maybe we weren't too far wrong about this trip helping bring back Walt's memory.
What do you mean?
The long trip back. This might work.
Let's go, Walt.
Right. Goodbye.
Good luck.
This time we don't, Miss Billy.
Better slow down a bit, Jim. Trail's pretty rough up ahead. What's the matter, Lofty?
Nothing, Walt. Nothing. Get up.
Get their horses, Lofty.
Come on, get going.
You know these two men?
Billy Dix. That's his brother Jack.
Here are your killers, Sheriff. You found the gold in their hotel room.
Mighty good job, Miss Oakley. Get across there, you two. Hey, boy, your hair's all mussed up.
Whoa! Whoa! Hey, Mom, didn't you forget something?
Gosh, then everything turned out all right for the Bronsons after all.
It sure did, Tagg. Walt was cleared of all of the charges against him.
I bet his family's happy.
You should have seen him. Hey, boy, your hair's all messed up.
Hey, what's going on?
It's just a little trick we learned in Saddle Hill, Tagg.